Yeah, sure. Hi Renaud. When I look at the 5 goals Arsenal have scored against Real Madrid this year, quite similar, 3 Chloe Kelly crosses, 2 set pieces, is it fair to say you felt you could hurt Real Madrid with crosses into the box, and did that figure perhaps in bringing Chloe back in?
Yeah, we of course watched our previous games back and what they've looked like lately. We saw that there's opportunities against our fullbacks in wide areas. We've worked a lot with overloads in wide areas, but we've seen more and more teams start to commit equal numbers wide. And I think with the superiority that we have with Olivia Smith and Chloe Kelly starting in those wide areas, in the 1v1s, that's something that was part of the game plan, to set that up as much as possible. And then also, of course, Chloe having had such an impact against Madrid last year with those crosses and the type of cross that we wanted against Madrid. I think we had a couple of them. I wish we did even more. But yeah, of course, happy with the win.
Can I check, does anyone need a translation into Spanish? Anyone?
You can stay.
Oh, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
We'll skip it just for time.
I won't take it personally.
No.
Kan je Nederlands niet?
Kan je Nederlands doen? No. Dutch.
Yeah, sure. Renaud, can I ask as well, I know I asked you about this pre-match a little bit about, I think I can see some tweaks maybe out of possession, and how much, for example, the Bayern game, there are a couple of goals in that game where the out-possession shape looks quite bad, and I wonder how much of a focus that's been in the past week.
Yeah, it has been. I think what Bayern did in the second half was stacking numbers high and playing more of a long ball, second ball into those wide areas where we were still in a pressing position with our midfield. And we didn't recover back quick enough. I think Madrid plays different, but actually in the second half they started to do similar things with players high and wide. A lot of players in the triple width, like we say, so there was a lot of players around those areas. Today, we always look at the numbers in the opposition midfield, how we use our midfielders in the press. But today we kept our 2 midfielders, Mariona and Kari, a little bit closer to the back line instead of splitting early and high. Hey.
Was the result probably more important than the performance today, just given the fact that, obviously there's only 6 league phase games and you probably needed that victory?
Yeah, we needed 3 points. This block has been a challenging block for us. So Leicester, we start the block really well with a convincing performance against Leicester. Chelsea at home is always going to be 2 top teams against each other, where we wish we would have come away with the win, but we didn't. Then we travel to Bayern, we go 2-0 up in half-time, happy with the performance, but then we let everything go in the second half when the game changes. And then not converting chances, not creating big enough chances in North London derby, whilst not conceding any XG or almost nothing. It was challenging, but it was a challenging block and it was small margins, so we really needed 3 points today, and that I agree with you, the points were more important than the performance today, because we don't feel like there's always things we want to do better, but there's not clear areas in our game that we are really unhappy with at the moment. It's just details in a lot of things. So that's why the points today were the most important thing.
Can it be like a boost? Because like you say, it has been a challenging period, and just to get that one win might just be a boost.
Very good. Yeah, it's very important for the team. Of course, you want to get rewarded for the work you do, and to be able to keep on believing in the process. It's important to get wins, and so that was the most important thing today. Happy with how the players. We went into the game under pressure. We didn't speak about it, but I think everyone knows that we had to win. If you look at the Champions League table, we are 1-0 down at half-time, but the way the players respond under pressure is such a high level. So both through the block, but also today in half-time and then coming back in the second half. So really proud of the group.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
How did you approach half-time, Renee? Because I imagine you must have been like to concede that goal after how the team played. What was it like at half-time?
one side of me was like, you always have to make a decision when you go into halftime. One side of me was like, do we need more of this? Or do we stay calm because we believe that we're doing the right things, we need to get the details right and it will happen for us. And it was the latter we went into halftime with. And you could feel, the players were really present today, very concentrated in the here and now. And you could feel that calmness and composure in the changing room, everyone believing that we could do it in the second half. So that was really good.
Sort of that view that you have for Alicia Russo's first goal, it looked like she was going to be the only winner for that header. How good is she just in general at the moment? What kind of form is she?
Yeah, she's... it's hard because you want to say so many things about Alessia because there's so many things to her, not only as a football player but also as a person. She takes care of the team in such a good way. She role models all the right behaviors. She sees people, she includes people. Yeah, she works hard. She's 100% every day. Everything in training is game intensity. Always wants to learn things. We think ownership in our environment is important. So we asked the team, for example, in previews to go and have a look at the opposition yourselves. She would always do it. It's just everything. She very respectful, humble also to work with. And I think that's the way she goes about life and her sports and her role in the team just reflects how she performs on the pitch. She's a fantastic footballer.
Just finally from me, you touched about how important the win was on the back of the we haven't got one. But just going into an international break now, we're not going to have time with the players. Was that also important to have that win before they sort of leave the club for a bit?
Yeah, definitely. It's so in two ways. Off the back of where we came from, it was really important to get the win and get the reward for the hard work, but also leaving Arsenal now for 2 weeks in a positive way and hopefully hunger and believe in when we're back we're going to continue.
Kit?
Hi Renee, congratulations. I know you said that no one kind of explicitly said that we're under pressure at the moment, but you said that kind of felt like there was a bit of an understanding that was the case. Is that kind of been a theme for the past few days at all, just that kind of implicit thought that like the last few results haven't quite been good enough for Arsenal and that you need to do a little bit better?
I mean, when I say we were under pressure, I mean from a Champions League table perspective. We were under pressure because we needed points because to be able to go at least to the playoffs. So from that perspective, I felt we were under pressure. Otherwise, from the outside, I don't know. What was important internally was for ourselves to show what we can do, what we're capable of, that we can bounce back. And if we work really hard and keep on believing in the processes and everyone going in the same direction, the rewards will come. And that's what happened today. So it was a really important moment for the team today.
Catherine?
Hi, Renee. Alessia Russo tried to tell us a couple of years ago that she got told she wasn't very good at headers, but it seems in recent times she's developed quite a knack of scoring from them. Obviously, we saw her back in the number 9 role. You've spoken about it there. She has so much to her game. Is it sometimes difficult with a player that can do so many different things in terms of where you put them on the pitch because she's so versatile? She can play the 9, she can play the 10.
Yeah, no, it's. I wouldn't say difficult. It's headache sometimes. Like how are we gonna use the team and the players in the team over time and in a moment in the most effective way? And I think, for example, Alessia and Stina's partnership has been working well. I'm happy with it. I think that partnership is building. But everyone knows how good Alessia is in the 9 with her holder play, her linking play, her pressing game, her presence in the box, her different types of finishes. She's really good. So so we used her in the 9 today again, and she gave us 2 goals. That was good. On the heading, we have a set piece coach who always wants to work on heading with the players, and Alessia is always up for it. So she does her extra headers at the end of sessions. So I'm happy for her.
Finishing up now, Helen?
Yeah, did Katie get quite a knock at the end? She seemed to be suffering and trying to get out off for quite some time.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to her. I don't think it's any big issue. I think she was also just really tired and she was going to come off anyway for Taylor. I think she's fine.
Okay, and it also seemed that the triangle that kept changing with Frida and Kyra and Mariona worked much better today. I don't know if it's been something that's really gone on in training, but it seemed that the way they kind of inverted around Alessia and she pulled back, etc., it seemed like it really worked as a kind of...
Yeah, we haven't trained it because we only had 2 days in between the games to be together, and we haven't done any tactical work ahead of this game, but we've done it all through meetings and video. I think what happened, they had to work together because Madrid marked our midfield, so they had to move together to create spaces, and Alessia played a role in that as well to come down between our midfield, between their sixes.